Tibbetts, Valrhona pastry chef. I'd like to talk about tempering chocolate. So when you're working with couverture, you want to make sure that you are essentially aligning the cocoa butter crystals. So what this means is in our finished product, we're going to have excellent shine and we're going to have a snap. We're going to discuss two techniques and how to do both of these depending on what your equipment, your experience level, and your kitchen restraints are. The first that we're going to discuss is the seeding method. So my bowl of hot melted chocolate is between 131 and 136 degrees Fahrenheit. I have approximately 20% of unmelted chocolate. Now what I'm going to do is add some of my untempered chocolate, the fèves, slowly in small quantities and stirring continuously. The good thing about using the seeding method is that you can use tools that are easy to find and are often found in most people's kitchen. So a bowl, a spatula, and a digital thermometer. As I stir and add the fèves, the temperature will reduce. Once my fèves have begun to melt, then I can begin to add several more. One thing also to keep in mind, we always recommend melting your chocolate in a microwave. By melting your chocolate in a microwave, you're using the dry method, as water and chocolate do not get along. As the chocolate begins to cool, you'll begin to add less and less of the chocolate fèves. So now we're at 82 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're going to take this chocolate and put it back in the microwave to bring this up slightly to that working temperature range of 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The next technique that I will show is the tabling method. This is a bit more of an advanced technique, and this is what most professionals use. It requires a granite or a marble slab, along with the same plastic bowl, spatula, and thermometer, and also an offset spatula and a scraper. It's the same concept as the seeding method. However, you're using the temperature of the granite or the marble to reduce the temperature of your chocolate, along with agitation using the spatula and the scraper. I'm going to take a small portion of this chocolate and I'm going to put it into a separate bowl. The remainder of the chocolate I'm going to pour onto my marble or granite slab. With my left hand, I'm going to spread the chocolate into a rectangle or a square, clean my offset spatula, and then with my right hand, push everything back towards the center. If you'll notice, my left hand stays stationary, and I use my right hand to scrape. Cleaning again with my right hand. So I repeat this process until my temperature reduces down to that 82, 84 degree Fahrenheit range. And I want to get the chocolate off the table as quickly as possible so it doesn't continue to crystallize. Any chocolate that's left behind will crystallize and set on the table very quickly, and you don't want to incorporate that into your bowl of chocolate. I set it aside, and the first thing I like to do is clean the marble. The best way to clean your marble slab is to use neutral oil. You just pour a little bit onto your surface, and then using a towel or paper towels, just rub the chocolate, and it comes off very easily. So now that your marble is clean and dry, you can go back to the chocolate, and now you're going to take the previously reserved warm chocolate, and you're going to add a small amount into your crystallized chocolate in order to bring the temperature up to that working temperature. And I'll continue adding the warm chocolate until I've achieved that working temperature of 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, my chocolate is ready to use. In both of these examples, I'm using Guanaja 70% dark. Keep in mind that depending on what chocolate you're using, the temperature will differ. For example, when you're using white chocolate, you won't heat it up as high. The same with milk chocolate. I'm going to show you a quick example of making a mendiant with this chocolate. So the best way to pipe the mendiant is with a paper coronet. Take a half sheet of parchment paper, fold it corner to corner, flatten that seam so you have a very tight seam, run along the seam, and cut the parchment into two triangles. So taking the flat edge, you bring it to the center, and then you bring the pointed side up and over, and then under, and then move it around to the front so that you have a point and a point lined up. Using your 2 fingers, tighten the cone until you get a very fine tip. Then fold into the cone and tighten the seam. Once your tempered chocolate is in your paper coronet, you simply pipe on a parchment-lined baking tray round dollops of chocolate. You can garnish these with fruit, nuts, anything that you like. Definitely adding some crunchy elements. Dried fruit works best with this. You want something with as little moisture as possible. And then finishing with some Valrhona crunchy pearls for color and texture. Leave this to set and crystallize in a cool place. You'll see that they're already setting very quickly, and then they're ready to eat.